Hello, everyone. It's truly a pleasure to see so many brilliant minds and passionate individuals gathered here today. In an era where advances in dentistry are nothing short of extraordinary, the concept of smart smile design stands on the forefront of this revolution. It represents a fusion of artistry and precision where cutting edge technologies intersect with the human touch, creating smiles that are not only aesthetically impeccable but also functionally exceptional. Today, we delve into a world where smiles are no longer just a product of nature, but a meticulously crafted masterpiece tailored to each individual's unique facial features. Thank you for your all being here. Now, I would like to introduce Professor Dr. Yurdanur Uçar, who is a master in this field, for her presentation.
Thank you so much, Dr. Çetiner. It's been an honor to lecture in front of you, and I'm really grateful to your kind invitation. Thank you so much. So I guess we are ready to start the presentation. And I'm going to share my screen. If you give me just a few seconds. Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Yurdanur Uçar from Turkey, from Antalya. I do hold an academic background for 22 years, and now for last 2 years, I've been a practicing dentist as a prosthodontist in a private clinic called Motto in Antalya. And on the other hand, I do own a startup company called BioFuture. And I feel so grateful to Dr. Serap Çetiner for giving me this invitation to lecture you today. And I'd like to thank the Global Healthcare Travel Council for organizing this meeting. Dr. Serap Çetiner has been my professor from my dental college training days, and it is really an honor and privilege to lecture in front of her and also all of you. So smile design and, having a beautiful appearance has been so popular nowadays. And that's why I was pleased to be asked to lecture on digital smile design. So I'm going to try to briefly mention the workflow that we've been doing on a daily basis. And I hope it's going to be interesting from your side as well. So social media and the people awareness, the patient awareness has made it so, accessible for having a beautiful smile. And all over the world, if you go through the website, just check Google for beautiful smile, you're going to find tons of advertisements saying like stunning smile, happy smile, Hollywood smile, beautiful, healthy smile, magic smile, neat smile, white smile, or great smile. So keeping the social media type of words aside, I'm would like to walk you through all the steps that we conduct when we are trying to give you your best smile. So for having a beautiful smile, you definitely need to, have a dentist and chat with the dentist, plan everything, and then establish a beautiful smile. So what is a smile design? It is designing a smile where teeth are in their natural form and they are in relation with each other. And also teeth are compatible with inside the mouth, intraoral, and outside the mouth. And the aim is not only to provide an aesthetic appearance, rather than that, we definitely need to establish a functional aesthetic. So I want to highlight this. Aesthetic is not the final goal. The final goal should be functional aesthetic in order to have a prolonged time of treatment outcome. So when we are designing the smile, we do have two ways. It can be either conventional or digital. But today, during my lecture, I'm going to walk you through the digital smile design, because with the help of the technology today, we are doing enormously beautiful things using the digital dentistry. So digital smile design, briefly DSD, needs an advanced digital technology like the intraoral scanner that you can see on the left-hand side. And with this technology, now we are able to get a digital copy of the patient's mouth. And after that, we definitely need to comprehensively analyze the patient's case. So each patient is unique, and that's why we really need to focus on that. And when I say a comprehensive analysis, we need to get the x-rays, we need to have the intraoral evaluation, and also we need to take tens of pictures to come up with a comprehensive analysis. Once we have the intraoral scan data and also the photographs and the evaluation of the patient, then we can come up with a plan which is going to take us to a design of the patient's smile. So what is the benefit, or what are the benefits of digital smile design? Well, because we are using a lot of digital data, it's easier to explain ourselves to our patient. And it's also easy to let the patient actively participate in the treatment plan process. Since the patient can see the end of the treatment outcome from the first day, they feel confident about their treatment because they do understand the treatment plan much easier with this technology. And it's easy for us as dentists to understand the patient's expectations, because like we come up with a longer teeth and then the patient can say, hey, doctor, please let this teeth be shorter or softer or whatever. And also by using the reverse engineering principles, from the second visit, it's possible to let the patient have the final treatment outcome. And also using the digital dentistry enhances the precision and accuracy in the final restoration, and that's enormously important. So DSD is an innovative tool that not only enhances the patient's smile, but also improves the communication, the predictability, and the overall patient satisfaction, and that's critical. Since this is highly important, I want to walk you through the steps to a beautiful smile. The first step is definitely communication with the patient, because for a treatment to be successful, the dentist and the patient needs to communicate nicely, and we do have tools for that. So clinical examination, radiological examination are the first two steps for that. And then we do take tens of extraoral and intraoral pictures, and these pictures need to meet the dental photography standards. These are not for having before-after pictures. Please do not misunderstand me. These pictures are a part of the dental treatment. And also, going through those pictures, we discuss the patient's problems, and also we offer the treatment options. Okay, so when I said tens of pictures meeting the dental standards, I was talking about something like that. This guy is a 44-year-old guy, and he is from another city in Turkey. And he came up because he didn't really like his appearance. And in a minute, I'm going to explain you why he didn't really like his appearance. So these are the portraits of the patient from, straight from 45 degrees, and then even from 90 degrees. And after that, we do get closer pictures from the lower face. And these pictures try to give us more detail about the case. And by looking at those pictures, we can easily understand what problems the patient has. Not only the extraoral pictures, but also intraoral pictures are also within the treatment process. So we take these pictures, and then we have the pictures shown on the screen, and then we can discuss with the patient in detail. If the patient understands what problem he has, it's easier to go through the treatment plan. So we really need to collaborate with the patient. And the patient is also a member of the team. And I always tend to say that patient is the most important team member when we are conducting a dental treatment. So the second part is going to be the intraoral recordings. Actually, that's the stairs is from my clinic, from the clinic I work in Antalya. And those stairs take my patients to the highest level where I have my clinic on the 3rd floor. Okay, so for getting the intraoral recordings, we need to have an intraoral scan. Of course, one can take a conventional impression and then the data can be digitized. But for the last 10 years, I have been using the digital impression because it really at the same time gives me a chance to clearly explain my patient what they have in their mouth. So basically, these intraoral scanners are taking pictures. They are like the pictures that you take from your cell phone. So in the same second, I'm able to show my patients what they have in their mouth, how the upper and lower jaw relate to each other, and if there's any missing. So I can also show my patient independently each jaw, and I can also show them the relationship between the two jaws. Here you can see how the teeth are abraded because the patient is a bruxist patient. So it's easy to let them understand what they have in their mouth. So with this intraoral scanner, I get the intraoral data, the digital impression of the patient, and by having tens of pictures, now using a software, I can integrate the pictures with the intraoral scans. So any digital design and how the design is going to fit to the patient's face is easy to realize. So this is the same guy who came from Marmaris to have his appearance changed. This guy has been drinking Coke instead of water. So even if they call soft drinks to Coke, Sprite, Fanta, do not believe that. They're not soft drinks. They're acids. And that's why they are enormously defecting the teeth, eroding the teeth. And you can see on both sides that his enamel and dentin has been eroded, and that he was thinking that his wife deserves something better to see. And that was his motivation to come to Antalya to have his teeth treated. And again, from the occlusal surfaces, you can see how his teeth have been torn away. These 4 teeth are staying there untouched because they are porcelain, and he had them many years ago. But the natural teeth were not as persistent as the ceramic material. Okay, so we have the pictures, we evaluated the case, we discussed the problem with the patient, we have the intraoral scan. Now we need a decent digital design. So with DSD, every aspect of the smile makeover can be precisely planned. What do I mean from that? The dentist can precisely plan the tooth shape. And with the current technology, with intraoral scanners, we can even take the color of the tooth. And also the position, the relationship of everything can be seen with those digital designs. And the goal is not only having an aesthetic appearance, the goal is having a natural and harmonious smile that perfectly complements the overall facial features while functioning. So functional aesthetic is the goal. Well, we do have different applications and softwares for those purposes. So DSD came by Coachman Group, and it's one of the most commonly used applications. But other than that, we do have softwares like ExoCAD, 3Shape, and everything, where the dentist, dental technician, and the patient can communicate together and come up with the best design. In this case, we can decide where the incisional edges are going to be, where the soft tissue needs to end, if those teeth are going to be triangular or rectangular or softer, stronger, so we can design everything here. So these are basically mathematical ratios of the length of the teeth with the width of the teeth. And these are so basic, but each patient is unique. So we need to apply this math on each patient carefully. It's not like one size fits all, because like some of us have narrow faces, some of us have wider or rounder, or some of us have face with corners. So everything is taken in under the consideration when we are designing a smile. And that's why taking pictures is an important part of this whole treatment. And then we come up with mock-up. Mock-up is basically a plastic replica of the planned final tooth. You're going to remember that I was mentioning about the reverse engineering. So even before we start to the case, even before we touch the teeth, we just come up with this digital design, and then the dental technician can send me the design and I can print it using a 3D printer. And from this 3D printed, digitally designed model, I can have a silicone replica of this one. And here, by using the silicone replica, I do have this plastic material called composite. I can place it within the silicone index, and then I can place the silicone index in the patient's mouth. And after that, I'm going to have the mock-up. Once I have the mock-up, I need to take pictures. And then from those pictures, I can again communicate with my patient if this is the real thing as he wants. So this patient came to me. I took the intraoral scans and the pictures on the first session. And on the second session, I had those mock-ups on his mouth. And we took pictures, and from those pictures, we decided if the patient is happy with that. For instance, he can ask for longer teeth. Then I can see if it doesn't inhibit the function, and I can extend the length of the laminate veneers in this case. Okay, so this is the mock-up. I haven't done any tooth preparation yet. This is, in a minute, I can walk the patient from here to here without touching any of the teeth. This is reverse engineering. This is the end of the story, even before starting the treatment. So if the patient is happy with that, then my next step is going to be preparation. So while I am preparing the teeth, the mock-up is my guide. So with this, I exactly know if I'm going to prep 0.3 millimeter or 0.5 millimeter, because enamel is so precious that we really need to be careful when preparing the tooth structure. We really want to prep the tooth minimally, because enamel, the tooth structure, is really precious and we don't want to lose it. So once I'm done with the preparation, then I go ahead and take the digital impression from patient's mouth. Again, I'm using the intraoral scanner from those prepped parts. Once I take my final impression, then the digital impression is sent to the dental lab through the internet. I don't really physically go to the lab. I don't send the lab physical models. I just send them the digital data throughout the cloud. Or if you want, you can send the digital data throughout your email address. And after that, the dental technician prepares the final restorations. And the next step is going to be to cement the teeth, the restorations. So, of course, it's a sensitive case, like it needs to be precisely done. Like the restoration surface that's going to be bonded to the tooth structure needs to be acid etched. So for each and every restoration, we do a certain amount of time etching, and then we wash it, and then we do the priming. And on the other hand, we need to also make some preparations on the prepared tooth. Again, acid etching of the tooth structure and priming of the tooth structure. And after that, we cement the restorations. And again, we take pictures. And those pictures help us a lot. And not only by looking with naked eye, when we see it on a huge TV screen, it's easier for us to see if we have missed anything. And then the patient can see himself from the outside. So this is how the patient came to me with eroded teeth from Coke he drank. And then on the second visit, I was able to show him the mock-up, which has been manufactured according to the digitally designed models. And then here you can see the final restorations. And of course, I am a dentist who has been trained with a philosophy of imitating the nature. So I am not creating a piece of art. Although the final restorations look like art, my intent is to replicate the natural appearance of the natural tooth. And therefore, I try to go with the natural color of teeth. But if you are a patient who really loves the Hollywood white, then of course it wouldn't hurt from health-wise to have whitest teeth. But as a professional, I really do not enjoy placing those crowns. And that's why here you can see the tooth is not just like monochromatic. The parts which is closer to the gum is usually a little bit darker than the incisal edges. So I think my dental technician was successful on imitating the nature and making me happy. And we were able to also make the patient happy with those nice looking teeth. And here I was decreasing the light to make this translucent areas visible, because this is a proof that me and my dental technician were able to imitate the nature. And then, of course, with the digital techniques, the soft tissue is really healthy, and I love that. So from here to here, if we plan everything ahead of time, the treatment is just an enjoyable one. And for a dentist, few things are as satisfying as a patient's smile. Every time I come up with a successfully completed smile design, I feel so happy. So I'd like to really thank to all of you for having an interest to listen to this lecture. And my special thanks to University of Kyrenia and also to Global Healthcare Travel Council for organizing this event. And my truly felt, heartfully felt thanks goes to my professor, Dr. Serap Çetiner, the Dean of the College of Dentistry. And here at the end of my slide, you can see my email address where you can, please do not hesitate to contact me in case if you do have any questions. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, dear Yildanur. I'm very honored to be with you in this meeting. Thank you so much.
And it is my pleasure.
Dear participants, thank you for your attendance. Have a nice day with smile. Where will you smile will tell all the time. See you.
Bye-bye.